So I've got some updates for you guys. I reached out to my contact at Ryobi to find out what was going on with this machine. So what happened to the Ryobi Automotive Pressure Washer? This is the one that's rated at 1200 psi, 1.8 gallons per minute. Comes in a kit, retailing for $150 for the full kit. Includes the pressure washer, a 40-foot pressure washer hose. Not the best one in the world, but again, at least it's something that you can get around a whole car and actually do the job with, much more usable. Also comes with a nice stubby pressure washer gun and then an additional extension lance. And then you also get the nozzles, which are nice because they're coned, so that if you were to bump up against paint or something like that, it's not gonna, it'll be not as bad as if they weren't coned. So when they first released this thing, it took a little bit of time for it to get into stores. It's been out of stock everywhere, in store, online. It's been gone for, I don't know, a month or two probably. And I get question after question within the comments as well as emails going, hey, do you have any idea what's going on with that Ryobi Automotive Pressure Washer? So I've got some updates for you guys. I reached out to my contact at Ryobi to find out what was going on with this machine. My fear was that it got pulled from the market. The reason I was thinking that is not a lot of pressure washers, especially in the big box stores like Home Depot, ship with a short gun like this. I wasn't sure if there was legal behind that or what. The good news is, all I heard from them is that it sold really well. It was a brand new item. They weren't sure how it was gonna sell. It sold really, really well, and more items are coming back in stock. When, you might ask, they told me mid-August. Now, at the time that I'm actually filming this, it is currently August 15th. Can't get more mid-August than that. I have some good and some bad news from that. This morning, early in the morning, I checked on my phone, homedepot.com, searched up Ryobi 1200 1.8. It came up and it was available to order. Not at my local store, they were out of stock, but online I could order it and get it. The bad news is, later in the day, right before filming this, I checked again and it's back out of stock. So what I think is happening is they're getting containers in, they're getting into stock, but they're selling quickly. So my recommendation for all of you is I'm gonna put a link directly to this unit down in the description. Now, if you search on Home Depot, it may not come up because, again, it's out of stock, so they don't prioritize that, right? But there's a link in the description. Click on that, it'll take you right to the listing page. Keep an eye on that. As soon as it comes back in stock, order it. You can either order it and have it shipped directly to your home or to your local store. I think if you ship to a local store, it's free shipping versus home. I don't know if it is or not, so it gives you options. I'm sure these will be back in store as well. It's just gonna take some time for them to roll it out to all the stores, right? Especially region by region. So if you've been waiting for this thing, like I know so many of you have, click that link in the description and start watching that so you don't miss out on it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this pressure washer, you may be thinking, why do I want a pressure washer that's only rated at 1200 psi? And it actually gets less than that, to be perfectly honest, in the real usable numbers. I did a full test on that, full review. I'll actually let that play right after this so you can watch that whole thing and figure out if this is the right choice for you. But the reason you want a lower PSI and a higher GPM, GPM is gallons per minute, it's the flow rate of water coming out of the unit. When we're detailing cars, when we're washing cars, that flow rate is really, really important. The higher, the better, typically, and this one's rated at 1.8. Again, for a unit at 150 bucks, that's very, very good. So that is the reason behind it. If you are more interested in that, watch the review here coming up here shortly. But I just wanted to make this video real quickly, guys, so you all have an update on what's going on with this. Again, I reached out to my contact, said, hey, what's the deal? It's been out of stock forever. And they said, hey, mid-August, it's coming back in stock. So there you go. Now I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and let the review run. So thank you so much, guys. Let's jump into the review. So did Ryobi just change the game when it comes to entry-level pressure washers for car detailing? It seems like they might have, because they have just released this thing here. The new Ryobi, I know some of you are gonna say it's pronounced Ryobi. I say Ryobi, I apologize. 1.8 gallon per minute of flow, 1200 PSI listed. New electric pressure washer, and it comes with a bunch of, as they list, equipped with premium car detailing accessories. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing, take a look at it up close and personal. This is my first experience with this thing ever. So we're gonna share that together. We're gonna open it up, see exactly what it comes with, and then we're gonna test just the usable numbers of what it comes with. So we'll check the PSI, the GPM, and the amperage of exactly how it comes. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and pop this open. But before we do, I want to talk about how I got this thing so early. I recently did a video reviewing the new compact chemical sprayer from Ryobi, and I absolutely love those things. Ryobi actually reached out to me and said, hey, we have this new unit coming out. Would you like to review it? So they sent this thing to me to go ahead and test.
Yes, I did get this sent to me for free. This is not a paid video at all. They didn't tell me any notes to talk about, nothing like that. This is my pure honest review. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. I'm really, really, really hopeful that it's not, because they told me that this thing is coming in at a price point as the kit, as it comes, of 150 bucks, 149, something like that, which is a fantastic value, because right on the box it shows that you get the pressure washer, again, 1200 PSI, 1.2 GPM rated. Now, from what I know about pressure washers, those numbers on a 15 amp breaker are very, very hard to achieve. So if they were able to do that, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm gonna assume it's not gonna get 1200 at 1.8, but we'll see. That's just my assumption. I'm assuming it's gonna be more like 1000 PSI around 1.8 or something like that, which is still unbelievable. So here we go. Let's go and pop this thing open. One of the things that they know about this machine that's different is it comes with a 40-foot hose, guys. No more little 20-footer, 40 feet here. Quality, I don't know, we're gonna see. But let's go ahead and look at this. So right off the bat, guys, when we pull this thing out, you get your extension lance. Another big difference about this thing, and I didn't know this was possible for a pressure washer company like this to be able to do. I thought regulation-wise, they always had to have a long extension lance. They ship it with a stubby gun. Absolutely incredible. So 1/4 inch quick connect on the front. You can run your nozzle straight to that and use this that way, or you can plug in the extension lance, and they give you one with a nice, I don't know what the bend is, probably 30 degrees or so. So when you're working on roofs of vehicles, you're reaching up, this will continually point down at it, so you're able to get a good, effective cleaning. So overall, let's just look at the gun. The extension lance, very, very basic, but nice. It's gonna get the job done. There's no need for more than that, honestly. It's gonna get the job done. When we look at the gun, I'm trying to see if there's anything in particular that I see here. No swivel, but not a big deal at all, right? Standard M22, it looks like M22x14 connection point. Regular trigger, and it feels good. It feels very, very precise, not too hard to pull back. It feels actually very, very nice. You do have the locking mechanism here, so when it's in storage, you flip that down, and then you cannot compress the trigger, just a storage safety feature. Yeah, the gun's nice. It's comfortable in the hand. For me, angle-wise, just sitting comfortably, it's good. Yeah, it's a great little gun. It seems to be well built. I'm not going to open this up in today's video. I'm going to do some more detailed videos with this thing and actually compare this directly to the Active 2.0 coming up here in a future video. Today's going to be unboxing and testing the numbers that it just comes with right out of the box, but seems nice. Moving on from there, we have some instructions, things like that. Toss that to the side. This on the side here, it looks like, okay, so we get a foam cannon blaster, right? Let's see the build quality on this thing. Let's see here, 750 milliliters of capacity. You can change it from vertical to horizontal, that's nice. Get the standard 1/4 inch quick connect again, so you can just plug it straight onto the nose of your gun, just like that. Or, of course, you could add that to the extension lance as well. You do have the little dial to create more foam production. You can see the little mesh in there. Again, this isn't going to be a heavy amount of foam. Kind of reminds me, like it'll probably produce as much as, I just reviewed the Cat electric pressure washer available at Sam's Club. It did not give thick foam, but it did give very, very good coverage. So if you're looking for an all-in-one solution, you know, this doesn't look to be too bad. Again, we'll try and test this as well. All right, moving on. We have the handle of the unit here, okay? And then you have a little Velcro strap, probably just to be able to wind up either your pressure washer hose or the actual cable for it. So let's go ahead and pull this unit out. I mean, as far as footprint goes, I don't know if it's any bigger than the Ryobi 1800 is, honestly. It might be slightly, but very, very compact little unit here. You do get 3 nozzles on top of that foamer. And from what I'm seeing, there's only storage for 2 on the unit, but that makes absolute sense. They're not overbuilding this thing. 2 here and 1 in your gun, right? So it makes sense. Everything's stored nicely. Still have the same little toggle on-off switch right on the front here. It may be a different one, but same concept. Feels nice. Looks like it has a light indicator in it as well. I'm not 100% sure of that. We're gonna have the usual 35-foot ground fault interrupt cord. Now, before I start assembling this thing, I just wanna show you guys the overall build. So inlet and outlet are in line. Again, I love that. Just makes things stay nice and clean. So you have your water inlet here. It's already installed. You already have a little mesh filter on there. You can just plug your hose right into that. Off the front, you have the standard M22x14 connection point. I believe it's M22x14, actually. I don't know that for sure, but they've always been in the past, so I don't know why they would change that. So there you go, nice and easy. I'm gonna go ahead and put the handle on the top, and then we'll continue. All right, guys, so we've got that assembled. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going through the box now. We do have some nozzles, and they're nice. They're very, very nice. They're not a standard nozzle, they just standard generic nozzle. They actually spent some time and put some effort into these things. Kind of reminds me of like the Ego pressure washer nozzles that they put a lot of effort into theirs. And these are even better in my opinion. Man, very, very cool. You get the full cone coverage. So your nozzle's in there, fantastic. No way. Okay, I'm expecting this thing to have a lot of flow. Okay, so traditionally there's numbers on the side of the nozzle, right? And the first number is 40 and then 0, whatever size the orifice is of the nozzle. So the 40 is 40-degree pattern, right? Then this shows 40034. That would be a 3.4 nozzle. That is very, very large. Very large. I'm expecting that's gonna have a ton of flow. Is it gonna be enough to still give us the PSI? That's what we don't know. But again, I'm assuming they tested all of this. You do have a nice rubberized coating on this. The whole reason they do these types of nozzles in the detailing industry is that if you accidentally get too close and tap on the paint, right, you wanna keep it safe. This one has a nice rubberized coating. However, it is, well, let's see here. It is just right up to the hard coating, to the harder plastic. I feel like they could have gone a little bit more over, but overall, I'm very, very pleased with these nozzles. Not a full cone, but again, you don't need it, right? You just need it to be, the 40-degree angle is gonna come out like this, so there's really no reason to have it any wider. This looks absolutely great. So they give you a 40-degree, they give you a 25-degree. Let's see if it's still the same size. Yes, it is. And then they also give you a 15-degree as well. So you still get the traditional colors, yellow, green, and white, and then you also do get the little foam blaster. Doesn't seem, you do not get a turbo nozzle on this, which makes sense. This is an automotive detailing inspired unit here. And last but not least, guys, the 40-foot hose. I gotta say, it feels very thin. Yeah, okay, so I really, really appreciate the fact that they gave us a longer hose because now you're in that kind of ecosystem of not having to upgrade anything if you don't want to. Is this hose the best quality ever? No, definitely not. But again, for the whole kit at 150 bucks, it's justified. So here it is, and you can see it kind of wants to stay tangled up. Again, it's been wound up, so no fault on that. It's a very, very thin diameter hose. I'm assuming it's probably gonna show, I don't know, does it say? This reminds me again of the Cat pressure washer that I just reviewed, and that was a 1/4-inch hose. And I don't know if they're talking like overall dimension or inner dimensions, but yeah, it's very, very thin. But let's go ahead and check the flexibility. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. And there it kinked. Okay, so, and when it kinks, there is memory in that line still. Okay, so same type of material that seems to be always coming with these kind of, you know, less expensive pressure washers. But again, 40 feet, right? So I have to give them a huge benefit. Like that's incredible that they saw like, oh, people for cars, they want more distance because they want to be able to leave the pressure washer stationary and still be able to get around the whole car. They gave us that. And I understand the price at the price point. I can't imagine going to a higher end hose. It's going to cost a lot more. The hoses aren't cheap. So I appreciate that they gave us at least the length that we're looking for. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and screw this onto the front of the machine. On the other side of the machine, I'm going to install a quick connect. Why am I doing that? Because in order to plug in my pressure gauge so we can test the PSI, I need it to be, it's all quick connects, right? So we got to have that. So we will run that and start testing this thing and see how it goes. And adding these quick connects, guys, I can confirm that the hose and the setup for this pressure washer is M22 by 14. So if you do want to upgrade your hose, and I'll put a couple links down in the description for my favorite ones, no problem, it'll plug right in. I still recommend using quick connects just for ease of use and speed, but just know that like an Uberflex hose and things like that are gonna fit this without an adapter. All right, guys, so we've got everything hooked up here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water source on. All right, as usual, no leaking. All the fittings are good. I have a little puddle, but that's just from when I put the hose on. There's definitely no drips going on. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger, let the air purge out of the, look at that blast of air. Let the air purge out of the system. I'm gonna do it outside so I don't flood my shop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the machine on real quick. And I can confirm that little light does light up when it's on, little green indicator. Okay, so I don't think we have any air in the system anymore. We're gonna go ahead and take the 40-degree nozzle. Again, all of these should be the same size, so we should only have to test one. There we go, we got the 40. Okay, man, I'm so excited for this. Here we go, on. As you can see, it has the total stop system. Let's watch this together. Again, first time ever running this thing. Let's see what it gets. What's it saying right now? Okay, here we go. I feel a good amount of pushback on this, which I'm happy about. I'm not looking at the PSI yet, I just want to feel. Feels decent here, guys. Let's see what it's saying. Okay, okay. So currently it's showing 900 PSI. Now again, if there's a lot of flow with that, I'm totally okay with that. However, let's go ahead and look at the amp reading really quickly. So we want to make sure this is running under 15 amps. As you can see right now, it's showing 0.2. It's actually 0.02 because this isolator 10x is the number. So here we go, we're going to pull the trigger. So right about 14.3. Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was flooding, spraying you guys directly. 14.3 amps right off the bat. Now, again, as I've learned more and more about pressure washers and all that, there's a warm-up time to the machines, and typically they end up dropping a little bit in amperage over time. Usually, okay, not every situation is the same, but usually they do. But again, 14.3 amps, so we're already under the 15 amps. Now, if you did notice, right when I turned it on, it did show OL, which is overload. That's okay. With the pressure washer, initial ramp up in the first 5 seconds or so, it can go above what is listed. As long as it settles down quickly, our electrical is built for that. It's made to do that. No problem at all there. So this is operating completely in spec. I have tested the outlets here. I'm getting 120 volts out of my outlets here. So consistent across the board. If you're in an older home or something like that and you're getting 110, just know that there's variances through all that kind of stuff, but I'm getting 120 out of here. We're getting 14.3 amps. We're getting 900 PSI. Really quickly, I'm gonna switch over to the 15 degree, okay? And just see if this bumps it up at all. Interesting. Interesting. Considerably less, guys. I don't know what that's about. Like we're just shy of 700. Okay, let's go again. They're all listed the same, so it just may be that the tolerances aren't 100% accurate on the orifice size. Let's go ahead and go to the green 25. Yeah, now we're back up to that 900. So, okay. And again, guys, it feels good. Like it feels like a lot of power. So we're gonna switch back to the 40-degree nozzle. We're getting that basically 900 PSI out of that. Okay. Nice fan to it. Looks great. All right, guys, so you know what time it is. It's time to test the GPM. Now the nozzle won't fit in this because of the hole, but so I have to take it off and assemble it. But I want to say thank you to my buddy Auto Heads. He's a YouTube channel as well. Made this awesome kind of little gasket for me for these things so I don't get a bunch of splashback when I'm doing these tests. So thank you, bro. Let's go ahead and pop this in here. Go that way, pop the nozzle in. Okay, go ahead and close this up. Yes, there is a couple of drops of water in there. Shouldn't be a big deal. We're not gonna get any change of overall gallon per minute rating with that. But what we're gonna do now is run this machine into the bucket for 1 minute. That'll give us our gallons per minute ratio. I'll weigh it out and I'll let you guys know what it is. Again, I'm really hoping, because we're coming under the 1200, we're at 900 PSI, I'm really hoping we're close to that max 1.8 GPM. Let me go ahead and hook up the stopwatch, and here we go. Guys, I have to tell you though, there's a lot of kickback from this machine in a good way, meaning it feels very, very powerful. Similar to like, you know, like my AR630 that I use in my professional detailing business. That thing pushes back because there's so much flow coming out of it. Yeah, we're still sitting at 900 PSI. Now over time, these things do break in more and more. We probably will get 950 or 1000 PSI after the break-in. So not bad. We're at 30 seconds now. Again, I'm really, really hoping for that really high GPM. It's 1 minute, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure this out. This is a 5-gallon bucket. It looks to be, I don't know, I mean, a third full, which would be a little more than that actually, which would put us at that 1.8-ish number. But let me go ahead and weigh this out so we get an accurate number. All right, guys, so I am back. I just did the calculations. The full bucket of water weighed 247.1 ounces. Subtracting the weight of the bucket and the lid of 34.1 ounces brings us to 213 ounces of pure water. A gallon of water weighs 133.44 ounces. So that exact calculation, 213 divided by 133.44. Oops, there we go. 1.59622, so we round that up, right, that third decimal point, 1.6 gallons per minute. So not the 1.8 we were hoping for, not the 1200 we were hoping for. With that said, 900 PSI, 1.6 GPM currently. As this breaks in, it should get even more efficient. We'll probably get I don't know, slightly over 1.6, not crazy, but probably up to that 1000 PSI, 950, 1000 PSI. Still great numbers, guys. Still a very, very usable unit at $150 with a short gun, with nozzle protector nozzles, with a 40-foot hose. So I think it's still a fantastic value. I can't lie, I'm slightly disappointed that we didn't get a higher GPM. I was really hoping for that. But again, I gotta say, the power that's coming out of this thing, I mean, it feels really, really good. It feels strong. It does not feel like we're gonna have any issue when we're trying to clean. So with that said, let's go ahead and hook this up to the foam blaster. Then we'll switch over to a foam cannon, and then we'll rinse off to show the rinsing ability and how well that works. So I just loaded up 2 ounces of the soap that I've been working on, the nice pH neutral soap that'll be my kind of staple for testing all these different things. So we have a nice consistent baseline. 2 ounces in the QUIVR foam cannon. You can see it's filled all the way to the top, or to the 1000 milliliter, excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and pop this open, the Ryobi. We're gonna go ahead and pour this in halfway. Now it is a small neck, so let me go over here so I don't make a mess everywhere, so hang on. All right, guys, so we've got about an even amount here, exact same mixture ratio. Now, because this foam cannon is coming with a 3.4 GPM nozzle, that's how it's rated by GPM with the nozzles. The foam cannon, again, comes installed with a 1.25, and then it also comes with a spare 1.1. So a 3.5 gallon per minute nozzle is equivalent to a 1.22 millimeter orifice. If we go down to a 1.1, we're at the 3 gallon per minute rating. So we're gonna stick to the 1.25 inside the foam cannon head, wherever I put that. Here it is. So this one is equipped with the 1.25. Screw that on. All right, let's go ahead and test. First with this one. All right, guys, I gotta say, it is nice, the fact that they give you the 40-foot hose. My pressure washer is still in the same exact spot. Obviously, my van is very large. The hose is a little tangled up, right? But I am able to get out here with a normal, like 20-footer hose that a normal Ryobi or any of the other brands come with, wouldn't get me to here. So here we go, let's go ahead and test this. We're tightened all the way, oh, there we go, tightened all the way down, and here we go. Let me just spin the dial. Aha, interesting. On this one, to the left will get you more foam. Look at that. I was gonna say it was really bad. Still extremely, extremely runny, but again, good coverage. So now let's go ahead and take that one off. Switch over to the QUIVR foam cannon with the 1.25 millimeter orifice installed. Okay, and here we go. So as you can see, stacking up on itself, very, very, very nice. All right, guys, final test here. I got the machine hooked back up with the 40-degree nozzle, the factory nozzle it comes with. Again, we're getting 900 PSI, we're getting 1.6 GPM, but it has that good kickback. It feels nice and powerful. So let me just try and straighten out this hose a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and show you the rinsing ability, because that is the whole reason you want a pressure washer with more flow, is because it makes the rinsing ability so much faster and easier, more effective. So here we go. The extension lance is great. It's doing a fantastic job. Again, the components they include in this are quite good. Other than the hose being, you know, the same type of material, but that 40 feet is fantastic. The gun feels good in the hand. The extension lance is good. As you can see, the rinsing ability is fantastic. Is it as good as my AR630, professional grade full car detailing, like crazy $800 machine? No, it's not as good as that. Is it better than the Ryobi 1800? Yeah, for sure. It really feels like an Active 2.0 to me, honestly, even though those numbers show differently. And we'll get into that in, like I said, we'll do a side-by-side comparison in an upcoming video with the Ryobi 1800, this new one, and the Active 2.0. All right, guys, so is the brand new Ryobi 1.8 GPM, 1200 PSI automotive detailing pressure washer the best budget-friendly, best value deal for car detailing? It's close, for sure. I don't know if it is yet. I got to do that side-by-side comparison, right? Because I always try and manipulate basic pressure washers with large orifices, see where they come in. And then obviously we have the Active 2.0. Great numbers out of that thing. We're gonna do a side-by-side comparison so we see. I don't know about consistency with all pressure washers, right? When I originally did that Active 2.0 pressure washer years ago, I now have a new unit. I ordered another one so I could test it side-by-side with this one. So we'll see exactly how they stack up against each other. That one is 350 bucks. That's always been the best bang for your buck detailer pressure washer around, right? 350 bucks, but you're getting those higher GPM numbers and all that. This one, GPM doesn't seem to be as high, but $150, guys. And I have to say, in my personal opinion, the accessories that this comes with versus what the Active 2.0 comes with, I like these accessories better. The short gun, the extension lance, the hose at 40 feet. Build quality of the hose, no, not my favorite, but at least they give you 40 feet there. I know Active has their accessories kit that you can buy aftermarket now, which is all fantastic stuff. Really, really nice stuff. But for a unit that comes loaded with all this at $150, this Ryobi is gonna be hard to beat when we're talking about value, like just purely value of performance per dollar spent. We'll see. We're gonna do that side-by-side video coming up probably in the next video or the one after that. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video. Again, make sure you're subscribed. Turn on that notification bell and we will see you on the next one.